April's update for squad busters is getting closer and closer, and with that I want to give you my personal guesses for the next update. So we're gonna talk about some potential release dates, we're gonna talk about new units, new worlds, battle changes, and why I think that ultimate units might get removed completely in the next update. And with that said, thank you everybody for being here again, really appreciate it. Before we hop into the video, a little bit of a disclaimer. This video is a complete speculation video, so don't expect those things to happen until Supercell announce something official. So let's get ahead and start with the first thing. In the last squad update video, they gave us already some teasers for the April and following updates. One major point was that they want to give us more strategy.
We're bringing more strategy.
But this is really hard for me to figure out, because right now the game is already pretty much strategic based. Like for the squad league, we can choose here our units, and that is one part of the strategy. So for the other games, there's an existing pool where we have to take our units from, and this is the second part of the strategy in this game. Like, we have 15 units where we have to select from in the game itself to build a good squad and win over the others. And the third part is how we want to win. Either we're gonna focus on gem farming with a cracker or mavis and maybe a trader or a bandit, or if we focus on fighting and trying to kinda catch the gems from the opponents. Well, mostly it is fighting nowadays, and the farming and trader meta is gone. My personal guess is that we're gonna see some mechanics introduced which will give us a third path. Not only farming and fighting, maybe doing some bounty, some mission in the game, or stealing the gems to make it more strategic based. But that's only the change in-game. Of that, I think we're gonna see a complete change to how we are building our deck, so the squad for the game itself. And that could lead that we might not get the 15 units like they are in the future. The next point is better control over your squad.
Better control over your squad.
As I mentioned, right now we have up to 15 different units for you in the game. I think this pool is going to get trimmed down to less units, maybe 9 plus one further special one, come to that back later with the new rarity. And with that, you will definitely have a better control over your squad. The position of each unit will be better to control, as 15 different units, it's kinda random, and it is still not random because the units have a fixed position. But with 9 units, it will be definitely easier to control the squad and each unit of it, and for example, how to maneuver the miners straight into the opponent team to make the most out of the stun. So my guess on this topic is that we're gonna see here a reduced pool of units and some changes to the movement and how to interact with the units when fighting. Coming as next to the improved battle readability.
And improved battle readability.
And I have done already a full video on some guesses that we might see a perspective change. And I don't think that's going to happen. My guess here is that it is something different. Either it is the free moving camera, which will help us to indicate what's happening behind us, what's happening in the middle, and to be able to see if we are getting potentially attacked. Because right now the attacker have an advantage. They can see, okay, there are the gem counts of the enemy players around, so I'm attacking that guy with the most gems. That person who is getting attacked has those gem identifiers as well, but it can't really prepare for an upcoming fight. If someone is coming fully rushing over and stomps you with the miner, it's almost over. So I think we need something here that helps us to read the match and the fights better. And for that, either the free camp or a minimap would help us. And guess what? For some drawings of this game in an early stage, they have titled something called minimap, showcasing the layout of the map. And a minimap would definitely help us to read the battles better. So what is your guess? Will we see a minimap like in other games similar to Squad Busters getting released in the game? Feel free to share your opinions down below in the comments. And if you have enjoyed the video so far, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe completely for free to my channel. And next we're coming to the new character rarity.
We're also introducing a new character rarity.
And as I mentioned already before, I can't imagine that they're gonna release a new rarity with not releasing too many new units. Paula said that there will be around 4 units towards the end of summer.
But I would say 4 to 5 characters between now and summer.
So maybe a 3 and 1 split, so 3 with a new world and 1 coming with some event like Bandit in the past. That would kinda make sense also from the time frame towards the end of summer. So how are they gonna introduce the new rarity? I think the new rarity is connected to the current units. Right now we got here a pool of 39 units, and as I mentioned before, if they want to keep it even with 4 different rarities, they have to move some of the existing rarities into the new one to make it even balanced out. And that is my guess on this, that we're gonna see a rarity change for some of the existing units. This new rarity could be then maybe used as captains, or whatever they want to use it for.
Could we just have a tiny sneak peek about the new rarity?
We can probably say that they are gonna bring, fairly new ways of like playing and controlling your squad.
And beside that, there have been multiple theories around, combining like 3 units to one new combined version of it as a new rarity. That's also possible. Making bigger versions similar to the mega units in the past and calling it new rarity. That's also possible. So this topic is really hot in my opinion and has so much space to give us some crazy mechanics in the future. The next point, meta revamp, could be even connected to that.
And a meta revamp.
A meta revamp is something big alone, and combining that with the other changes tells me that this update really will be huge. So far we have seen some minor balance changes and some bigger ones where almost every unit got, for example, the HP buff. A meta revamp is completely shaking things up, like Adrian said there in the trailer. A meta revamp means that we're gonna see almost all the units getting changed. And not only like here, 5 more HP, 5 more damage per second. No, a revamp means gonna see abilities getting changed. Maybe the long-awaited buff of Dr. T, or maybe a complete rework of him. So I guess this meta revamp is connected to the new rarity, which will definitely have an impact, plus a complete overhaul of the current units and their different evolutions. And that leads me straight to the next point, the progression changes. In the teaser, it was even one sentence. Meta revamp with a more rewarding and exciting progression.
And a meta revamp to make progression more exciting and rewarding overall.
How do I think it will be changed? Well, right now we got 5 different evolution stages with Baby, Classic, Super, Ultra and Ultimate. In the trailer they were showing a bar with 8 different steps being filled up. I think in the future we're not gonna see anything called Ultimate or Ultra. That will be completely removed, at least my guess. And we're gonna see something like a level system similar to the beta with 8 stages. In the dev talk, Paula said that we're not gonna see any new ultimates soon.
For you, so when will you release the next ultimate unit?
At the moment, we don't have any like really concrete plans of adding any more ultimates in the near future, but it's obvious that more ultimates will need to be added and they will come, but no current plans right now.
Yeah, of course, it's in the back of our minds and we want to add more. But as we are like working on this new character rarity that we teased recently, it hasn't been the priority, but it will for sure, like at some point, become the priority. And of course, also one of our priorities is to try to make ultimates a bit more achievable, because now it is true, they feel too far.
And how would they not release new ultimates when the last have been released a couple of months ago and will not be released the next couple of months? So I guess this is connected to the progression change and that they somehow will remove the ultimates, or at least the name of an ultimate. And now my personal guess on a new unit. The Musketeer was kinda teased for the April update, and they said they're gonna come later, and later is already now, considering when the last new units have been released last year with the Spooky World update. Yes, it has been that long already. This is crazy. Half a year already at the end of April. So I guess we're gonna see 3 new units in this update and maybe 1 for further later event towards the summer.
But I would say 4 to 5 characters between now and summer.
So now let us talk about a potential release date. This year, April is the month where Easter is happening, and it is straight in the middle from the 18th to the 21st of April. And there are 2 days of public holiday in Finland, so I don't expect the update right before Easter and neither right after Easter. So the 14th, 15th or 22nd, if it is a Monday or Tuesday, I don't think the update will happen then. I think more likely that the update could happen on the 7th or 8th of April, and that's already next week, or the 28th or 29th of April, which would be the last week of April. Next week, in my opinion and my feeling, it's a little bit too early, but I still hope it's coming as soon as possible. So I personally think that the update is going to be released at the end of April, the 28th or 29th, with a squad up right before on that Saturday, the 26th of April. What are your guesses on the release date, or will it even be postponed to May? Please write it down below in the comments and feel free to share your opinions and theories. I want to see them, and maybe I do a second part of this type of video just sharing your opinions. Thank you guys for watching and happy busting!